Backstage with Mothership on Solid Rock Radio begins now. Hear the best in new music, artist interviews, stories from the road, and more. You are now backstage, and here's your host, Mothership.
Hey friends, I'm so glad to be back after the holidays. I'm hopeful this new year will take a better turn and that God will be glorified in everything we say and do. On my first show back from the holidays, I decided to call Joel Burris and Mary Nikkel and let them tell us who they are, what the Grizzly Awards are, and the timetable for this year's event. Here's a little background first. The Grizzly Awards came about through a conversation that I had with Justin Forshaw of As We Ascend at the Loud and Proud Festival in Germany. We discussed how faith-based rock and metal artists are not celebrated or rewarded for their creativity in the Christian music industry. After we got back to the States, Justin brought up the conversation again on social media. Not long after that, industry pros Mary Nikkel and Joel Burris joined Justin and I to create the Grizzly Awards. The idea became a reality last year with the first annual awards, and in spite of the pandemic, we Grizzlies felt it was a great success, and so we decided to load up another round for you. So let's just jump right in. I have Joel Burris and I have Mary Nikkel with me today, and they're with the Grizzly Awards, and I wanted to introduce them to you. Joel, tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you for having me, Mothership. My name is Joel Burris, and I am a filmmaker, creator, designer, all hats wear. I try and do whatever I can, but it's an honor to be a part of the Grizzly Awards, just basically honoring bands, their efforts in this industry. So much of my work comes from this industry, and it's just a huge honor to be a part.
And also, I have Mary Nikkel. Mary, tell us about you.
Yeah, so I am a writer and a photographer. I've been working in the Christian music industry for about 10 years now. I'm also the founder and editor of Rock on Purpose, which is a Christian rock and alternative website. And I love being a part of the Grizzly Awards because I also am just a big fan of rock and roll, and I'm somebody whose life has been changed by it. So being a part of an event that really celebrates that aspect of things is really powerful and meaningful to me.
Why the Grizzly Awards?
The Grizzly Awards is happening because we really believe in celebrating the underdog. We believe in celebrating the people who usually are not invited into the rooms where other bands are celebrated. And especially after 2020, a year that's been challenging for so many people, some of the people who have been the hardest hit are the bands who are doing the most to encourage other people. And that feels really unfair. If we can do anything to tell them that what they do matters after a year like that, especially, it's more important to us than ever to do that. And beyond to just kind of recognizing the sacrifices that they've made and recognizing that what they do matters, we also just really want to celebrate what this industry as a whole is. It's a big family. It's a place where healing takes place. It's a place where people experience hope, where people experience redemption. And if this past year has taught us anything, is to not take anything that we have for granted. And after a year of losing a lot of things temporarily, the Grizzly Awards is a great opportunity to celebrate what we all have, and that is the music and the message behind the music that is totally unchanged, pandemic or not. You know, mostly this is about celebrating the artists, but we also do want artists to have a chance to give back to their fans.
Exactly. Joel, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think I could add anything more. Mary just says it so eloquently.
Every time.
This industry runs on Mary Nikkel. Everybody needs a Mary Nikkel in their life.
He's not wrong.
I mean, if you're listening and you don't have a Mary Nikkel in your life, contact Mary Nikkel at marynikkel.com.
To get your own. Not here in time for the holidays, but...
What are some things we can share at this point about the awards?
Well, we are getting ready for the launch of public voting. By the time you all hear this, it should have already launched. The public voting is going to start on January 7th, and you can find that by going to thegrizzlyawards.com. We're going to have voting open until January 28th. Just like last year, the final winners in each category are going to be determined by kind of a balance between fan votes and then the input of a special panel of industry experts who are graciously offering their time and their expertise to vote as well. So the ultimate outcome, which we'll be announcing at a live event, is going to be a balance between those two things.
Are we ready to tell the date?
Joel, do you want to take that?
I will. The format is a little bit different this year. We're actually going to be having a live event hosted from Nashville, Tennessee, and it will be on February the 20th. Last year, we had everybody kind of pipe in on just a live stream. This is actually going to be a live event hosted by different people in the industry, not just us Grizzly panel. I'm really excited about it. The production level is going to be taken up 10 notches from where it was last year, which is something that I feel like these bands really deserve, is a good production.
Mary, tell us how the fans can get involved.
Yeah, so one of the biggest ways that people can be involved is just by engaging with us on social media and sharing what we're doing. We know that there are a lot of Christian rock fans out there, and a lot of them still don't even know about this. So sharing our posts, liking our page on Facebook, we're facebook.com/The Grizzly Awards, Instagram @The Grizzly Awards, Twitter @Grizzly Awards. Following us and sharing our content there is a big way you can get involved. Then, of course, going to thegrizzlyawards.com to actually vote and encouraging your friends to do the same is a big way. Or if you're interested in making a donation towards supporting what we do as we support the artists, you can do that through PayPal, sent to thegrizzlyawards@gmail.com. And that link is also on our website.
All great things. And one thing that I do want to add to that, Mary, is if you're a fan, last year we accepted fan-submitted videos basically saying, hey, what songs or what band has meant a lot to you over the years. This year, in our second annual one, we're actually doing songs that helped get you through the year 2020. It was a crazy year. So there's a lot of songs that were released. What helped you get through this pandemic? There's been a lot to choose from. So if you want to be a part of this, we would love it if you go to thegrizzlyawards.com and submit a fan video, about 10, 20 seconds tops, to make sure that we get them all in there. But we're going to include that in the opening montage again of what songs got you through the year 2020. So make sure to go to thegrizzlyawards.com. You can find all the links that Mary talked about there, and you can also submit your fan video there.
Backstage with Mothership returns after this. Check us out on Facebook at I'm with Mothership.
What was your favorite thing from last year, Mary?
Oh, I think my favorite thing from last year is the tribute that we did to Spencer Minor, who, was the lead singer of Scarlet White. And we had a special moment of silence in middle of the show where we just really honored him and the impact that he made on people's lives, both through music and through tattooing. And that was just a really special moment because he was a personal friend of mine. He did tattoo work for me, and just it was great to kind of recognize him and honor him. And I think it was something that his wife really, really appreciated seeing as well. And that was like a meaningful way of extending to support to her. So that was really powerful and kind of brought me back to the heart of why we do this. So that was probably my favorite moment.
That was a big moment for me as well. It definitely is one of the most memorable things, because one thing that you don't want in a live production is awkward time or silence or just the lag in between, people talking to each other. But to deliberately set that time aside and have an honorary moment of silence for Spencer was really a great thing to experience that with everybody that was watching live. And again, his wife was extremely appreciative of that as well. For me, though, outside of that, just the sensation that something was finally being done for all the people that have sacrificed so much over the years, that something was finally being done to adequately recognize them, for me was just a huge satisfaction. Like me growing up listening to all these different bands and never seeing them get hardly any recognition for it. Looking at that now as, an adult whose life has been shaped by these bands, to give back and finally see something done about it really was a big thing for me. So just the event, as lame as that might sound, but the event itself was huge for me. And so I'm just honored to be back and be part of it for this second go around, February 20th. If you're listening, mark your calendar, set a reminder, set an alarm on your phone, February the 20th, and we're going to have this live stream. It's going to be great.
Looking at the bands that were nominated, it was like, I know these people. I know all these people. And so many award shows, you see people that you've never even heard of or you just don't relate to. And I was just giddy with joy seeing so many talented people who you never see on any kind of an award show.
Backstage with Mothership returns after this.
This hour of music is made possible in part by our business ministry partner, TPI Professional Print and Marketing Solutions, specializing in posters, flyers, banners, and more. Rethink your print. More info on the web at printingandaiken.com or by calling 803-226-7898.
Your favorite snacks. Mary, go.
Coffee and hummus. Those are two of the things that I live off of.
So if they had hummus coffee, you'd be good.
You know, I really should try that now. I'm like, I could make that. I make my own homemade hummus and I make pour-overs at home. So I should combine the two. This is a new idea.
What flavor hummus?
Probably garlic. What I do when I make it at home is I legit slow roast it in the oven and then I mix it in. So garlic hummus and just black coffee. That is what fuels me.
Not even store-bought. You are a hummus snob.
A hummus hipster, you might say.
That's awesome. Okay.
Black
Joel?
coffee. That's like the most metal you can get right there.
Black hummus coffee.
Okay, so Joel, what is your favorite snack?
I really like Chex Mix. I recently stopped doing a lot of sugar intake, so that's severely reduced my favorite snack. But reduced fat wheat thins are amazing, and the extra toasty Cheez-Its are amazing. As far as cookies go, if I have a cookie, it's definitely going to be oatmeal raisin with a ton of raisin in there.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial, you know.
Well, I know we all have to go, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys, share a little bit with my listeners about the Grizzly Awards, and I sure appreciate both of y'all talking to me today.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy, for letting us ramble on about this for a little while on your show.
Cindy, thank you so much. This industry owes you a debt of gratitude, and thank you for having me on.
Good night, y'all.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening tonight. Stay tuned for more great music all night long. Don't forget to check out my I'm with Mothership page on Facebook and my blog on solidrockradio.org for links to my guests' social accounts. This show will be replayed at 4 a.m. Eastern Time and will be added to the Solid Rock Radio website, archive, and SoundCloud. I pray you have a wonderful week and remember to be kind to one another.